All right, let's get this party started, shall we? Let's put this on here. Let's put that on here. All right, here we go. Perfect, 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 perfect. Guys should be able to see my screen here. There we go. And let's get this party started, shall we? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and good morning. Sorry about the background. I didn't have a chance to turn on any of my lights. I got a cat on my lap right here. You guys can't see it, but Mia's here, so I didn't have the heart to get up and turn on any accoutrements. Hope you guys are okay with that. But she's here on my lap, right, Mia? Want to take a nap? Don't do you now? All right, let's get the room to fill up a few minutes. Good morning, David, Ivano, JB, Brian, Blair, Devin, Lydia, Timothy, Vernon, Rick, Jill, Stephen, Rich, Vertuvian, Arnulfo, Thomas, James, Lewis, Deanna, Christian, Tom, Flying Ronan. Hey, Flying Ronan, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you've been doing well. Jeff, good morning, Jeff. Mike, Wade, Stacy, Edgar, Dr. Serena. Yay, my actuary's here. Good, 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 good. Mitch is here. Kirk, Carrie, Cam, Henry, Maria. Hey, Maria. Mark, Samson, Carlos is here. Good morning, Carlos. Moondog is in the house. Kirk is in the house. Carlos is in the house. We're going to talk about that UNH today, Carlos. Don't you think for twice we won't. Charlie, Robert, Delbert, Harold, Stephen, Jody, Tim, Sherman, Ellen, Kevin. Good morning, Kevin. Welcome back. Welcome back. Mia, what are you doing, Mia? Oh, I think Mia wants to leave. Okay, let me go turn on my lights. 1 second. Hey, Mia. No. And there we go. Sorry about that, folks. Can't disturb a cat when a cat is on your lap. That is sacrilege right there. Hey, Ray. Hey, Rick. Hey, Lawrence. Hey, Helen. Hey, Peter. John, Seth, Pat, Terry, Eduardo. Richard, good morning from Puente Gorda. Good morning, Richard. I got a nice email this morning. I haven't looked at it yet, but I got an email from Kyong here. I made over 32,600 and $98 yesterday. I haven't looked at it yet. I wanted to look at it in real time, but I haven't had a chance yet. But I will take a look at it right now. Kiang, if you're here, congratulations. Great job. Great job. Let's see what you send me here. Let's try it with Opera. Why not? See if I can open it. I'm going to have to get more details from you on what you did, but that's pretty good. Let's see if I could. Come on. It's giving me trouble. I'll look at it later. I'll post it later. I'll post it later. But thank you for sending me that email. Very nice of you. That's what I like to wake up to every morning. You know, I like to wake up every morning to emails that say I made over $30,000. That's really, really good. Okay, guys, let's start off. First of all, before we begin, please go and make sure you're watching a 1080p. Just go right here to the cogwheel right here and make sure you're at 1080p, okay? That way you'll be able to watch us in really high quality, okay? Well, the best quality possible. And then you'll be able to see everything I'm seeing in fairly reasonable quality. Number two, if you don't mind, give us a thumbs up. I'll give myself a thumbs up. There we go. All right, now, What's the major catalyst for today? What is the major catalyst for today? Does anybody know? Good morning, Edwin. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Nathan, Stephen, Carlos. Good for you. Good for you. Nice, Dr. Serena. Thank you. Bob, thank you. All right. Do we have a catalyst? What's the catalyst today? Carlos says three catalysts. And actually, you know what? Carlos actually got them all right. He actually got them all right. It's not really UNH. It's just healthcare. It's continued healthcare sector. The CPI report. No, it's not the Saudi Arabia deal. It's CPI. It's CPI and a smaller degree. No, not Middle East trip. We don't know anything about any Middle East trip. That I'm talking about a catalyst today. We don't know the results of this trip. This is just all dog and pony show. No, I'm talking about what's really impacting the market today. Okay. It's CPI, it's healthcare, and to a lesser degree, it's the technical price action based on a reaction of what we saw yesterday. It's Carlos actually has it 100% right. Carlos, good man, good man. Folks, always know your catalysts. Always know your catalysts. Samuel says, I heard CPI won't really matter. Oh, okay. Okay. Samuel, let me ask you a question. Who did you hear that from? Samuel, who did you hear? Who did you hear that the Fed's preferred gauge of inflation will have no impact on the market? I'm just curious. Who told you that? Where do you get your information from? Where do you get your information from? Yes, Powell can definitely move the market. Yes, yes. So, folks, probably if the numbers are in line, like 2.4 and 2.8, nothing's going to happen. And basically, there'll be no reason to lower rates. But if these numbers get out of whack, we're going to have a problem. For example, if these numbers are 2.9 or 3, specifically this number right here, or this number is 2.5 or 2.6, we're going to have a problem. Okay? But Carlos is 100% correct. Carlos is 100% correct that it's core CPI or CPI, today's report basically. It's the healthcare sector and it's the reaction from yesterday. Good job, Carlos. Good job. Now, I want to show you something interesting. And folks, please, I don't want to get political, so please don't. So I want to explain to you. Yeah, tariffs are real. Yes, coffee beans. Yes. So this is Liberation Day right here. Okay, this is Liberation Day. And the volume on Liberation Day was about 76 million shares, okay? Yesterday was Capitulation Day, okay? And volume yesterday on Capitulation Day was 79.87 million. So Liberation Day, 75, right around 73 million, 73, 74. And yesterday around 78.3. Okay? Big difference. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Liberation Day, Capitulation Day. What is the market accepting a little bit better? Can anybody tell me? It's real simple. Liberation, capitulation. What does the market prefer better? Higher volume. Higher volume. Look at the volume here and look at the volume here. Right. No, what it's telling us, the market is preferring the capitulation news to the liberation news. Now, a lot of folks are asking me why did Trump capitulate? I don't want to get into huge political stuff. I'm just going to explain it real simple for you. China gets about 12% of their stuff from the USA. 12%. If USA says F you, China can get most of their goods somewhere else. USA, my friends, cannot get their goods anywhere else. We're stuck on China. We learned that during COVID really well. So, so what you saw was just people coming to our president and saying, look, if you don't do something, our shelves are going to be completely empty in about 5 weeks. And you're going to have the biggest problem in your hands that you've ever imagined. And he capitulated. It was really that simple. Before he started this, he didn't realize that China only gets about 12% of the stuff from us, and they really don't need us. We need them a lot more than they need us. Now, without getting into like crazy details with you, I just wanted you to understand the dynamics of what is happening right now. So before you start a trade war with somebody, it's a really good idea to find out how much they need you versus how much you need them. Let's hope our president learned his lesson yesterday. I don't think he did, but let's hope he did. Okay? But I wanted you to explain to you the dynamics, the underlying tension of why we capitulated so fast. We really can't go against China. If we try, you saw what happened yesterday. We capitulated. Okay? Seth, we didn't get any deal out of anything. Please, Seth, please don't. We capitulated. We capitulated yesterday. Got a good deal out of it. And by the way, remember what I've been telling you guys all along. Tariffs, Mexican Wall Part 2. Okay? All right, let's look at the market. The market's now reacting negatively. I was very skeptical of the rally yesterday, hence I didn't want to go long. As a matter of fact, my last post in the pit yesterday, this is me really telling you how I feel. There's a ton of stocks that I like, but I don't trust this rally just yet, unless I see a straddle or a time spread, which is non-directional. Pass any directional opportunities until after CPI. And then I was really like pressed because I felt like I wanted to give you a trade. And then yesterday, a few pros I know, and this is true, they were really confident and they got their head handed to them yesterday. So I just figured it was best to wait. And I'm really glad I did because you could see that pretty much everything is down. Boyd, please, Boyd, I'm begging you, please stop. Stop. Z did not capitulate. Z did not capitulate. Oh, God. Oh, that's funny. All right, guys. The big report today is going to be CPI. As a matter of fact, Z didn't do anything. He just sat there quietly saying, okay, let's see how long this is going to last. Yeah, there's no deal. There's no deal with UK. There's no deal with China, and there won't be any deals. I said it to you 4 months ago, and I'm telling you that right now. And by the way, I want to ask you guys a question. Have I said anything in the last 4 months that did not happen in the market, politically, fundamentally, and technically? I just want to ask you guys. Just FYI. Yeah, it's a 90-day pause. There hasn't been any deals, and there won't be any deals. Have I been wrong on anything I've been telling you in the last 4 months? Chip stocks, capitulation, no trade deal, a pushback. Exactly. Let's continue now. Bond market. Bond market saw selling pressure yesterday. Roger, why did the bond market see selling pressure yesterday? Because flight to quality works both ways. Chip stocks got bought. Tech stocks got bought. People didn't want bonds yesterday. But how big of a reaction was it? Not that big of a reaction. Crude oil. Crude oil is still going higher. Crude oil is still happy. Remember, I told you we got to get to this area right here. We're there right now. I don't think we're going to get above 65. I think 65, the Powell's preferred measure CPI. Helen, please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. It's right here, Helen. Helen. If for me to tell you, you would be right. You would have to rewrite 30 years, 31 years of everything I know. Helen, please listen to me and listen to me really good. Right here is what the Powell looks at. Right here, X Food and Energy Core CPI. Right here. This is what they look at. This is it. Helen, please stop. Just stop. I'm begging you, stop. Look, Helen, if you don't believe me, let me prove it to you. I love when people argue with me. Like, why do you argue with me? Like, why? Core, right here, Helen, right here, right here, dear, right here. This is what the Fed looks at. Okay. Don't argue with me. Just accept it and move on. Okay. Eagle Beagle said, good morning and thank you all for your great comments yesterday. Mom is out. Yay. Mom is out of surgery. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Yeah. Okay. This is what the Fed looks at. This is their core. This is their biggest thing right here. Right here. This is what they look at. Right here. All right. Crude oil is still doing okay, but I think we're going to have a little top right here. As I mentioned, I told you guys that I thought gold was going to come down to the moving average. It may have a little more to go, but at this point, I would probably start buying it. I would probably start buying gold around these levels. Maybe letting it go a little bit more. Da, 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 da. Seth, I don't know what you're asking exactly. It's right here, guys. I give it to you right here. And by the way, if anybody does not have this yet, here are the earnings that we're expecting. Okay. All right. Gold, China. How's China doing? Folks, this is China yesterday. This is China today, right here. Okay. Right here. So let's put let's put everything together. The report will come out in a few minutes. Now, as far as earnings today, you've got SE and JD. Let's see if SD and JD came out. And by the way, the US dollar looks like it's resisting right at the moving average as I expected it to. So the bond market is fairly stable. The US dollar looks like it's starting to cool off a little bit here. Crude oil looks like it may peak out right below the 50-day moving average. And China looks like it's coming back to the 50-day moving average. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad she's out of surgery. Glad she's well. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's break everything down and talk about the stock market. Okay. And remember, folks, this 90-day thing basically just gives us a bunch of uncertainty, but I do believe that over the next few months we'll just keep kicking that road back further, and then Trump will say, "Yeah, I created something, I created an agency to take care of this, and they'll be reporting everything, and we'll just move on to something else, and then we'll just kind of remember this as the wall part two." In yesterday's session, Wall Street's three main benchmark closed sharply higher after U.S. and China agreed to temporarily suspend most tariffs on each other's products. Yeah, which China did not ask for to begin with. The Magnificent Seven rallied with Amazon surging over 8% because now they don't have to deal with these tariffs. Meta also rose. That's very, very good. Chip stock jumped pretty good. Very, very nice. Energy soared more than 26%. Cigna slipped 5% after Trump proposed plans to cut out drug industry middlemen. Nothing's going to happen here, folks, but it is what's driving the sentiment right now. We're not going to cut out any drug middlemen. This proposal's not going to go anywhere. They tried this before. It didn't really work anywhere, but the sentiment is bearish towards chip stocks right now. White House executive order overnight said U.S. reduced the so-called de minimis tariffs on low-value packages, including Hong Kong. However, a flat fee of $100 will still apply. Goldman Sachs estimates risk of a recession is now at 35%. I'm estimating it at probably at about 30% right now, following a temporary tariff truce with China that raised hopes for de-escalation. Or in our case, Trump basically said, I'm done with this. Kugler, the reason they wanted to make this press conference with China and Britain is because they got really nasty flag over the last couple of weeks with the U.S. stock market. And basically, the people that advised Trump, the adults in the room, basically came to him and said, look, if you want to have any chance, any chance, you got to cut this crap loose, my friend. And he did. He listened because popularity to him is obviously the number one thing. Kugler stated that Monday that despite the recently announced tariff reduction, U.S. tariff policies are likely to boost inflation and dampen economic growth. Trade policies are evolving, and again, they have a way out till we have certainty they don't have to do anything, and they won't, and they won't. All right. Yeah, lawyers will make a lot of money. Lawyers will make a lot of money. Yes. Let's see. CPI is not out yet. All eyes on the consumer inflation report. We talked about that. This is what the Fed looks at. This is why I highlighted in red. This is 90% of what the Fed, this is their preferred inflation gauge right here. Right here, CPI core. This is what they look at. Whoever told you otherwise, who was it? I don't remember anymore. Who was it that said that they look at something else? Whoever said to me they look at PC or no, they look at core CPI. China is up only 7. Europe is only up 17. So are we having any follow through from yesterday? No, we're not having any follow through. Also, healthcare and utility stocks advanced. That's defensive. That's defensive. Let's see. Yeah, Helen. Yeah. It's not. It's core CPI. Here, look. Fed preferred inflation gauge. Personal consumption expenditure index. Right here. CPI. Right there, Helen. CPI. Okay. Let's continue. China ended slightly higher. Do we have any tailwind from China? No. Do we have any tailwind from Europe? No. What does that mean for the market? Does anybody know? Okay, Helen, you know better than me, Helen. Yeah, it's not CPI, right? It's Powell doesn't look at CPI. He doesn't look at this right here. Ex food energy prices the most. All right, guys. You guys know better than me. It's amazing. Japan closed higher, 3-month high, as sentiment got a boost after U.S. and China agreed to temporarily suspend most tariffs on each other's products. Agreed to temporarily suspend most tariffs on each other's products. Shipping and pharmaceutical stocks led the gains. Auto stocks also advanced. I did Google it. Personal consumption expenditure index, which is right here. That's what this is, Helen. Helen, you do understand that this is that's what we're looking at, right? That expenditure, personal consumption expenditure index is right here. It's right here. Helen, this is what you're talking about, my dear. No, they look at this right here. This is their core CPI. Core CPI. It's always been core CPI. And that's why this has way more impact. All right. They don't look at producers, they look at consumer. Consumer, 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 consumer price index right here. PPI is right here. Okay. CPI, CPI. All right. Let's see. Hertz slumped more than 7% in pre-market. Boeing up flat. Coinbase surged over 9%. Because what consumers are doing, I'll explain to you why it's a lot more important. Consumers make up about 65-70% of the economy. So whatever consumers are doing is much more important to the Fed than what producers are doing. Okay? Very, very important. Yes, consumer price index is much more important. Much, much more important. Because consumers, who buys retail? Consumers or producers? All right. All right. Personal consumption expenditures right here. Right there. All right. Fed's preferred inflation gauge, core PCE, right here. Core personal consumption expenditures, right there. Right here. Right here. Right there. Right here. Okay? Yes, that's what this is. Helen, I'm trying to explain to you, dear. This is what this is. She doesn't get it. Core CPI, core CPI. She's going to keep arguing with me. She's going to keep arguing with me. It's CPI. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. Volatility. It's always been CPI and it will always be the core CPI. All right, right here. Right here. We're below 20. We now have some directional bias. Right here. Right here. We now have 51% of stocks over the 50-day moving average. Do you remember somebody telling you about 2 weeks ago when volatility declines below 20 and when SPY gets above here, that volatility is going to be below 20 and we're going to see 50% of stocks trading above the 200-day moving average? Right? 51 right here. 51 right here. Right there. S&P 500. I mean, Nasdaq. Let's look at the Nasdaq. 59%. The Dow, 57%. Okay. Folks, I've been doing this for 31 years, and the market impact from CPI, and the Fed looks at CPI about 10 times more than they look at anything else. They look at CPI report more than anything else. Okay. And that's why the market's impact from a CPI is a lot more than PPI. 59%. So we're making some headways. Okay. We're making some headways. Russell 1000, almost at 50%. This is really good. The question is, where are we going to go from here? Okay. So we're now above the 50-day moving average. We're now above everything on the SPY. The question is, are we going to sustain itself? Why did I not take action yesterday? Why did I not take action yesterday? I told you that I wanted to see this build a base. I don't trust this run up. I want price to kiss this area a few times and create a base. I don't want to see an up move and then a down move. A lot of, Jeff, not just that. Not just that. Look, you only have 41% of stocks trading above the 200-day moving average. And most of the ones that are not are smaller stocks. And you could see that by going right here. 30 right here. 39%, 34%. Okay? So we're definitely seeing some weakness there. I do like the fact that we have over 50% of stocks trading above the 200-day moving average. It puts us in a better position. You know, guys, maybe we'll call this the Boyd and Helen show. I'm trying to teach you how the market works, and we have people here just saying things. Now, Boyd, please stop. Please just stop. I'm begging you. Helen, please stop. Just stop. Stop. Okay? All right, let's see what the core CPI is. This is what the Fed looks at. They always have and they always will, right here. Right here. Right, the Boyd and the Helen show. Please, guys, stop. Enough is enough already. Stop embarrassing yourself. All right, X food and energy. Let's see what the number is. The bond market likes this so far. So far, not loving it, but liking it so far. Let's see what the core number is. All right, 2.8. It's fine. It's good. No problem there. This actual number is even better. Look at the actual number, 2.3. It's actually better than expected. So the Fed is going to tell Trump to take a dump again or take a hike again. All right. The numbers are good. There's nothing wrong with these numbers. There's nothing wrong with these numbers, except the bond market isn't really reacting too much. But there's really nothing wrong with these numbers. Let's see how the stock market's reacting. Yeah, it's a good number. Yeah, it's a good number. It's definitely a good number. Okay. No need to cut rates. No, there's no need to lower rates at all. Matter of fact, the Fed's going to say, I'll tell you what the Fed's going to say. The numbers came out as expected, and the headline number is actually better than expected. They're going to say the headline number beat. But our preferred number, what we look at the most, which is right here, and it's always been that way for the last 31 years that I've been doing this, but Helen and Boyd know better. Um, but we got a good number here. We got a good number here, man. Look at this. 2.3. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good number. It's a solid number. And the market likes this number. I like this, but I just want to see some follow through. I'll tell you what I really want to see. I want to see the market hit the 100-day moving average and then trade above this high right here. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Yeah. The Fed is going to say exactly what they've been saying for the last several months, that we don't know what Trump is going to do. We don't know how these tariffs are going to unfold, and we're going to follow the numbers and we'll pivot if we have to, which is exactly what they should be doing right now. Can you imagine them falling for Trump's, I'm going to do this, now I'm going to do that, now I'm going to, it would be very financially irresponsible. All right, so let's look at some of these numbers now. Keep your eye on the left side. This is just intraday. This doesn't mean anything right now. Okay, SMH. We're taking out the high, but we haven't kissed the low yet. I want to see a lower low. I want to see us test this area and then come up, but I do like this. This is good. It's a move in the right direction. Mega caps breaking above previous high. Very, very nice. RSP breaking above this level. These are good numbers. There's nothing wrong with these numbers. These are good numbers. QQQ. Let's look at QQQ. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. The fact that they're able to go above yesterday's high and stay there, at least pre-open, it's not a bad sign. Not a bad sign at all. Okay, Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin a little bit. GBTC. Right here. Need to go higher on Bitcoin. Need to go a little higher on Bitcoin. This is not that great. Need to take out the high here. But it would make sense if the US dollar is going up. It would make sense why folks are not putting their money into Bitcoin. Gold is up a little bit, still moving okay, still moving in the right direction. Very, 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 very choppy without a lot of directional bias. Yeah, this is going to be a problem today. All right. Yes, that's right. Which is, boy, and what they're going to say is exactly the truth. Okay. Uh, that you can't do. Keep Trump from getting on the mic during trading. Yes, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. That would be really great if we could do that. If we can just get him not to talk during market hours, oh, my life would be so much easier. Okay. I'm not liking the Dow today. I'm liking the report, but I don't like to see, I don't like what the SPY is doing right now. Let's see how actually SPY is positive right now. I'm not expecting a huge move today. I'm not expecting a big rally. We may have a choppy day and we may have some fragmentation because the Nasdaq is up and the Dow's down. Let me see if the Dow's still down. Yeah, it's down just a hair. It's down about 122 points. So it's moving higher. I like this. Look, I really like this. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. I want to see the Dow above 423. I want to see a Dow at 424. 424. I want to see Dow above 424 today. Okay. Very, very, very important. Above 424 today. Now, let me give you some key levels you need to pay attention to. I want you to keep attention to this level right here, 234 on semiconductors, 234. Okay. On mega caps, I want you to keep an eye on 49.78. And please stop arguing with me. Please, just don't. Just stop arguing with me. You're really just making an ass out of yourselves. 49.73. 49.73 right here. I've been doing this too long. We're at the 200-day. Look at where we are on equal weighted SPY. I want to show you this. Look at the line I drew here and look at where we're at. We're pinched right here, which means I want to see us go above 177.40. Or I want us to break the 200-day, which is 175.45. Now, yesterday we had a huge run day. What does that mean today is most likely going to be? A choppy day. How is the market directional right now, or is the market non-directional right now? We got some fragmentation here. We got the Nasdaq up and we got the Dow down. I understand the Dow down is mostly because of healthcare, but it is down. Okay, it is down. Let me take a look at something here. What I will be looking at today, what I really will be looking at today is, and I'm really happy that I'm hoping that the market opens a little lower, and I'll tell you why. What I want to see today is I want to see the market take in during the day, not overnight. I want to see the market take out the high during the day. In other words, let me show you what I want to see. I want us to open somewhere here. Here. We're right here right now. I want us to open somewhere here and trade above these levels. So I want us to open lower and then trade above 583. If we open above 583, I'm willing to bet you a nickel we're going to test it. And I don't think we're going to open that high either. But I want to see us open lower and head higher. Okay? All right? Very, very important. Here's over 600 people watching you. Who is going to listen? That's not the point. The point is they're giving people in their. That's not the point. The point is when people talk and say things out, contradict and say 180 what I say, it creates doubt. It creates people stop focusing. People start looking for arguments and it distorts the whole program. Like if you feel that way, send me an email and I'll respond to you and I'll explain to you why you're wrong and I'm right if I choose to do so. But to tell me live, look, folks, I've been coming here every single day for 10 years, giving you a live CPI and a PPI. Don't you think by now, considering that these usually are 1 day apart, the PPI is always after the CPI. Don't you think by now I would know if the PPI has a more impact than the CPI? Don't you think I would know it since I'm here every day, every week doing it with you? For 30 years, myself, and 10 years, no, 14 years here. Don't you think I would know if this report or this report has a bigger impact on the market? This report right here is what the Fed looks at to decide what they're going to do next. That's not a theory. That's not an opinion. That's something I know as well as I know my name. It's not going to change. Helen telling me it's going to change is not going to change that. But maybe somebody here is here for the first time. Maybe here somebody doesn't like the political aspect of what I'm saying. Maybe somebody here doesn't know or trust me 100%. That will mess somebody up. For what? Has Helen been doing this live for 30 years every single day? Has Helen been watching the reaction from this every week? Probably not. Has Helen been partners with Kevin Hassett, who's the senior financial advisor to President Trump for second term? Did Helen go to law school and get 7 Amjad Awards? Probably not. Does Helen have a show here? Probably not. Maybe that's why you guys should listen to me. And Helen, next time you want to argue with me, send me an email and we'll have a Yalta conference. That's why. It's disrespectful and it's non-productive. All right. Now let's continue. I know, and I'm telling you that the core CPI is what the Fed looks at. Okay, so now let's continue. Our stock's fragmented right now. That's going to give us a really big clue of what happens. Like, leave your opinions at the door. I don't want to hear them. All right. Look where communication services is. Now, we were able to get most of our mojo back yesterday. We were. Remember how we were looking here? We were up here, and then we kind of started coming off. Right here. Communication, consumer discretionary, QQQ. This is May 8th, just to give you some idea. And look at it today. Semiconductor, Bitcoin, consumer discretionary, retail, technology. This is good. This is really good. The only problem is we don't have communication services there. Otherwise, we have a full Monty, other than industrial and communication. But this is good. What am I going to be looking at during the day today? What am I going to be looking at during the day today? All right. All right. What was I trying to look at today? What was I trying to look at? What am I looking at? Fragmentation. What I'm going to be looking at is I'm going to be looking at during the day whether these sectors start coming off. These sectors are extremely speculative. Speculation is leading right now. So we want to see if MAG's SMH is going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Carry the torch, so to speak. Carry the torch. Okay. Ganja Andre 420. Hey, Ganja Andre 420. Good morning to you. I love the name. Ganja Andre 420. I love it. All right. So I'm gonna be watching and I'll be updating you intraday to show you if this is moving or if this is not moving. But this is very good. This is very bullish. This is very, very bullish. The question is, will it remain? Now, a couple of odds and ends before we get into the stocks. Tesla is hitting the 100-day moving average right here, and it hasn't been able to pass by. Okay? If Tesla doesn't make it above right here, it's not going to be good for this stock, and I'll be looking to short it. But at this point, I have no indication that it won't do that. I'm just saying it hasn't done it yet. All right. Oh, you know what I haven't done? Jeez, I haven't given you guys any. I've been too focused on this. So, folks, today's a big day. How many of you like my A-line? We've had wild swings in the market, but today at 1:30, I'll be talking about the A-line. You guys know how much I love my A-line. A-line. I haven't talked about A-line in a very long time. I'll be having a very special VIP room today. All right. I'll be talking, and then don't forget the Cam and Gustavo show. Let me get you that. I totally forgot today. What's wrong with me? Cam, next time I go so long, please remind me. I got to tell people about the Cam and Gustavo show. Yes, people love the A-line, and I'll be talking all about A-line, how I put together A-line stocks, all that. Now, in the VIP room today, let me tell you what the agenda is. Correlation and why it's super important right now. Critical levels for mega cap stocks. I'll go through all mega cap stocks today. Again, it's very important right now, and I'll go through them right now, actually, too. Which sector is leading and why it's important for the current market. What's happening with ATR. I'll do a full-on analysis on gold, and I'll be talking about whether it's a good time to buy crypto stock. Andre 420. I love your name, man. Very cool name. Very, very cool. I love these internet names. Easier for me to remember. Some folks get you off track. No worries. We only listen to you. Thank you, Gustavo. I appreciate it. Microsoft is looking beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, I said beautiful. The only thing is it's getting a little too far away from the 8-day, but it is looking great. I'd like to see it more like this, a little more gentler, but I do like it. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia is not above the 200-day moving average yet. I'm going to repeat that again. Your favorite chip stock is not above the 200-day moving average just yet. Meta. I like Meta a lot. This is what I want to see from the market, but here's what I would prefer to see. You see how it's above yesterday's high? What I'd want to see it take out yesterday's low or hit this area to test this area and then come right back up here. So today, if we come down here and then come back up here, I'm loving this. I may actually go long Meta, and I really like Meta, and I almost went long Meta yesterday, but I was too fearful of CPI, and I told you that. So, hey, Angie, how are you? How important is seasonality for Tesla? It's very important, Peter. It's very important for Tesla. And I'll tell you, wait, let me answer your question, why it's important for Tesla. It's important for Tesla. It's important for Tesla because Tesla has a lot of correlated interest with electricity. Negative, positive. There's a lot of correlation. And electricity and energy, electricity, battery, solar are very much driven by seasonality. So yes, more so than ever. And out of all the tech stock, out of all the mega caps, Peter, that's a great point, by the way. Out of all the mega caps, Nvidia and Tesla are the most driven by seasonality. Ganja Andre says, you're the only person that figures it out. Ganja Andre, they call me Dre and could be. No, man, it's Ganja Andre 420. I love it. Two box bones sounds keeps cutting out. Can you guys hear me okay? You should be able to hear me just fine. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me continue this. So we did Microsoft, we did Meta. How about Apple? Apple is nowhere near the 200-day moving average. Huh, that's interesting. Interesting. That's the first time I ever hear that happening. Interesting. Well, bear with me, okay? Bear with me. Bear with me if that's happening. No, I'm not stuttering. No cutting. It's okay. All right. So we're not at the 200-day on the Apple. So folks, I want to remind you before you get too deep into today's market analysis, okay? Tesla, Nvidia, Apple are trading below the 200-day moving average. That's the largest market cap. I just gave you those three stocks have the most market cap, okay? Netflix, still above the 15-day. If it bounces today, I would still like it. If it doesn't bounce and break the 15-day and closes below the 15-day, I would liquidate it. But I wouldn't liquidate it unless it closed below the 15-day EMA. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I apologize. I'll restart my computer for tomorrow. Okay. All right. Let's see oh, Amazon. I like Amazon. Now, folks, this is what I want to see. Finally, I found one example. Okay. We found one example. This is what I want. This is what I want to see. We take out the 100-day moving average. We're already above yesterday's high, but look, we kissed the 100-day line. See how we did that? That gives me that back support that I need right there. So let me show you the difference. This is really important, okay? Watch this. Look at Meta. Meta's above yesterday's high, but you see how we have a void here? Now look at Amazon. Amazon is above yesterday's high, but we don't have a void. We don't have a void. That's what I want to see. So if at one point this either opened lower and went higher, or it went higher and then went lower and then went back up. But either way, you see how we don't have a void, whereas with Meta, we have a void right here. We have a void. So as I mentioned, I really like Amazon because Amazon right here has that support. I really like this a lot. I'm the two stocks that I really wanted to go long yesterday. I really did. I really was this close. Was Meta and Amazon, and I didn't because of the impact of the CPI. Okay. All right. Very, very, very important. And I hope you guys could hear me better a little bit right now. Oh, good, 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 good. Yeah, just restart the feed if you can. But I like Amazon. Amazon is my favorite mega cap stocks. Now, I don't think I missed anything. I got Netflix, Meta, Amazon, Nvidia, and Karen. Hey, Karen. Hey, John. HG, is gold on the right place to go long? I like gold. I like gold. Let me just go to gold. I like gold right now, but I would wait for a little stability on gold right now. I would wait for us to go a little bit above the 8-day right here. Right here. But I do like gold right now, and I am starting to like gold again. Yes, the pause in the trade war is really good for Amazon. Yes, it is. Boyd is right. It is very good for Amazon and Walmart and all that. Well, Walmart's a different story. Walmart is a defensive stock. So Walmart should be a little choppy, but it's really good for Amazon. It's really good for Amazon because Amazon is not that defensive. But Walmart, so-so, but Amazon, really, really good. But I understand what Boyd, I understand where Boyd is coming from. Yeah, it increases commerce. It's good all the way around. I already talked about Microsoft. Microsoft is looking great, but see how we're not coming back? How we're not having a check back here? I'm going to show you again. Look at Microsoft right here. Look at these two bars. Number one, we're not trading above yesterday's high. Number two, we didn't test the low. Look at Meta. We're trading above yesterday's high. We didn't test the low. Now look at Amazon. We're trading above yesterday's high and we tested the low. That is what I like. Okay? Very, very, very important. Bond market. I talked about the bond market. It's coming off. It's coming off. And the bond market just had a shit. Let me see what the stock market's doing. Oh, the stock market came off. US stocks are still holding on. Folks, we had a very big day yesterday. So let me give you stocks and then I'm gonna give you my conclusion based on everything I'm seeing today. And remember, I will be updating you throughout the day all day long. Be careful if we start seeing US dollar coming down off of the 50-day right here, that's very, very bad. Very, very bad. Eagle says losing ground. Yeah. Yeah. This is not good right here. And we never got above this level. So this is not good. And you can't trick the US dollar. Okay. Let me give you stocks to the short side. Then I'll give you stocks to the long side. And then I got to get to work. And remember, folks, no monkey business. No monkey business. That's what I'm thinking, John. That's what I'm thinking too today. No. Boyd. I think investors are still selling bonds to buy speculative stocks. I think that's what's happening. Just like yesterday, it's the opposite of flight to quality. Remember, when we get defensive, money goes into bonds and out of tech stocks. Yesterday, we had a huge day of money coming out of the bond market and going into technology. Now, today, I want to see if that continues. So if I see a strong rally in tech and blue chips and bonds down, then I will tell you it's exactly the same thing. But if we get choppy today and I see bonds selling off, then Boyd, we're wrong. Then that's not the case. So so I'm thinking the same thing you are, unless I see what I just told you about. Does that make sense? And folks, how about some thumbs up? How about some thumbs up? I would appreciate it. It would be nice. Okay. So I like CVS. I think the target is right here, about 60.27. WNet. I did not like my list of shorts today at all, by the way, at all. WNS. UNH again for the 50th, 100th time. I'll talk about that in a minute too, Jeff. UNH. How long have we been talking about shorting this stock? Sweetgrass. Sweetgreen, not sweetgrass. Sweetgreen. Sweetgrass. PEP. Pepsi still bearish. Right at the 8-day EMA, by the way. ENR, Energizer. I wouldn't be buying this rally very much. CCOI. Pretty bearish. IART. Look at that. We got 703 people here from what I could see. I don't know if this thing is broken or not, but it looks pretty good to me. Now let's look at longs. Uber. Uber. I like Uber. I like MNST. By the way, we gave you Uber long in one of our programs yesterday. Schwab. Stock's been holding on real good during this rally. Boeing. Wrong ticker. Wrong ticker. I don't know why I kept writing BA. It doesn't want to. A little too deviated from the 8-day. You got to wait here till we pull back. Zscaler. I don't have any bearish A lines today, but they are really great if you could find them. But I'll show you right now, Daniel. I'll show you. I can't find. I like this foundation. See this foundation? This makes this not overbought. This is overbought. This consolidates, creates a foundation, and that's a legitimate breakout. CCK. Again, this creates overbought scenario. This creates consolidation. Price comes back to the 8-day EMA. You have a nice foundation here. You don't have, it negates all of this. This negates this. And that's what I was saying about the stock market. Notice this pattern. We went up and then we consolidated, right? There's a good chance that we can just go up and consolidate around here and build a base. And then the question is, do we break higher or not? But I think for now we have to build a base here. You said yesterday money came off from bonds and went to tech, but isn't bonds a lot correlated with the stock market? Sure it is. Especially during a specific market cycle, it is. But remember, Tiago, flight to quality. When markets go down a lot, people put their money into bonds. When markets go up a lot, and they went up a lot yesterday, 1,000 points on the Dow, people take their money out of fixed income and put it into um, the stock market. It works both ways. But yesterday, that's what was happening. When you see the Dow up 1,000 points and the Dow and the bond market's down a little bit, that's totally expected. What do I like today the best? I like so far, I like Amazon a lot. I like Amazon, but I don't know if today's a good day for it. But I do like Amazon. Look at this. KR. This is Carmen. Look to the left. Nothing here. And last one, WWD. Probably Amazon, Bob. Probably Amazon. I really like Amazon. And I also like Uber. But again, I don't know if I like the market today. And again, everything I do is dependent on the market. See, to me, it looks like we can open up right here. See, if we were here, I would be much happier. I want to see us go from here up here, not open up here and then come down here. So what I'm fearful of is that the market's going to open and this is just going to come right down and that'll be the high and we'll come down right here and then we'll just end somewhere in the middle and you won't have any opportunity to trade. If we started down here and we came up, we'd be able to buy the pullbacks. Right now, we may be a little overbought. And I would be nervous buying here without us touching this line right here. So to me, we are choppy right now. We're going to just chop around right now. Okay? I'll tell you about it in the pit if I decide to trade it. It would I pretty much what I just told you right now. I'd want to see a consolidation. I would want this market to hit the bottom and then start coming up gradually, like this. Not like this, but like this. Stair steps. So it's not the stocks that I'm concerned about today. It's the market that I'm concerned about today. Now, with that said, I think Jeff made a comment about the 50-day highs. We have 250-day highs. We clearly have some exposure. And look, we still are now we have some meaningful movement. 750, but not 50, but we have 200. That's a big difference. 700 versus 50, 700 versus 200. That's fine. We are seeing it, but now here's the next step. See the 50-day highs? We need to see them move into the 90-day highs. No soup in the 90-day highs. And if we don't have a quarter breakout, 90-day each quarter, there's no soup for us. So till we have it in the 90, we're not ready yet. Jeff, there's 3 steps. I never gave you the third step because we weren't ready for it. So 20-day high, 50-day high, and the final step is 90-day high. We're not there yet. We have no directional bias right now on a quarterly basis, which means we're still counter trend for the most part. Okay? Is the pit where you give live trades during the day? Yes. Two-tone boxing club. Yes. And Trading Zone Live. I know you figured it out. You're a smart cookie. And you never argue with me, which I appreciate. Now, let me show you how let me look at the A lines and show you how there's no A lines right now. No A line, no A line, no A line, no A. Yeah, you got an A line here actually. MDT. Okay, so I stand corrected. We have one A line, we have 2 A lines, we have Starbucks. But I'm going to show you something with these A lines. No A line, no, still downtrend. No, not yet. No breakout yet. No. Yeah. BIB. Yeah, you got a couple, but there's a problem with all of them, and I'll show you what they are. So you got a couple of A lines. You got a couple of A lines here, but here's the problem with these A lines. Here's the problem with these A lines. All of these A lines. Are we above the 200-day moving average? Are we above the, let's see. We're going to find out right now. WDT. Look where the moving averages are. Do I go long when we're below the American flag? No. How about Starbucks? Do I go long when we're below the American flag? No. How about BIB? Do I go long when we're below the American flag? No. So do you understand why while they may look like A lines, Angie, they're all below the American flag. And as I've been telling you that the core CPI is what the Fed looks at the most before anything else, I'm going to tell you that we don't buy stocks that are below the American flag. Capiche? So Angie, do you understand why we can't use those? And now let me show you the short. They're all below the American flag. And let's look at the short side. Is that a short? No, it's above the American flag. Above the American flag. Choppy, not really doing anything. Above the American flag. Above the flag, but maybe a good pullback right there. Hold on a second. Let me send Matt a little note here. Okay. So do you guys understand? Do you guys understand? We want to be above. So we do have one good trade here, WRB, which looks like an A line to the upside. Huntington looks okay. And that's about it. And these are all to the upside. So let me show you. WRB. Look. WRB. Where's the American flag? This is kosher. What was the other one I said? There was one more, I think. HII. Barely, but we are above the American flag. But I don't really like this one. But I do like WRB, and WRB has been on my watch list for the last several days. Let me see if this one's ready. You may have something here in the next couple of days. If we take out 285, you may have something on VRSN as well. Okay. Now, let me give you my prognosis for the day. Let me pull up the SPY real quick here. I think we're going to be choppy today. I think we're going to be choppy, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, but mostly choppy. I'm not seeing a major move today. Europe did not give us a major move. We would need to see a major catalyst intraday to have a move. And after a huge gap like this, the most obvious scenario is a little bit of a pullback or consolidation. We're going to have to give the market a little bit of a chance to kind of to cool off. The Dow's down 164 right now. QQQ is positive. SMH is up pretty good. Again, I don't hate what I'm seeing right now, but I want to see follow through, and I would be very, very cautious. I would be very cautious, especially the first hour of the day. I would want to see a breakthrough, a breakout. I would want to see a breakout, not in the morning, but second half of the day. I want to see continuous strength coming into the market. Also, if you start seeing divergence between mega caps, SMH, Dow up, QQQ down, forget about it. It's not going to be a rally. So you want to have a concentrated effort moving directionally one way today. Right now, you got too much fragmentation, and you don't have the support from global markets. All right. Yeah, they may have to ruminate and digest a little bit. So I would be very, very cautious today, especially towards the end of the day. Folks, no monkey business. Be careful. I'll be giving you setups, but you got to be patient. You got to be patient. The beautiful thing is volatility is now below 20, so we got plenty of opportunities, and we're not fearful of this market. All right, let me give you some links once again, and I'm out of here. I'll be live at 1:30 with A-Line presentation, teaching you how I use A-Line. I will be live today in the VIP room at noon, talking about here. I'll be talking about correlation, mega caps, ATR, gold, crypto, fast moving stocks, and critical levels. And let me give you customer service live link. You guys are welcome. You're welcome, Helen. All right, guys. I will see you later. Please visit Cam and Gustavo show and make sure to say hello to Jax, the Boberman. And I'm going to go to work. I'm late. And I will see you guys later. Yes, Customer Service Live. That's the link I just posted right above you, John. That's the link to Customer Service Live. I'll see you guys later and have a fantastic day. And don't argue with Uncle Roger. There's a good reason for that. You're not going to be right very often. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Have a good day, guys. Take it easy today and don't go hot and heavy. Be patient. Be patient. Let the market show its way. After a big move like that, it's very normal to have some consolidation. Almost 300, Bob. Bye, guys. Have a great day. All right. Folks, be careful today, especially